Now these are the people of the province of Judah who came up from the captivity of the exiles. Now these are the ones who came up from Tel Melah, from Tel Harsha, Cherub, Aden, and Immer. But they could not provide evidence of their fathers' households and their descendants, whether they were of Israel. Now when the Samaritans, the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin, heard that the exiles from the captivity were building a temple to the Lord God of Israel, they came to Zerubbabel, who was now governor, and to the heads of the fathers' households, and said to them, "Let us build with you, for we seek your God and worship just as you do, and we have sacrificed to him since the days of Esarhaddon, king of Assyria, who brought us up here." But Zerubbabel and Jeshua and the rest of the heads of fathers' households of Israel said to them, "You have nothing in common with us in building a house to our God, but we ourselves will together build to the Lord God of Israel, just as King Cyrus, the king of Persia, has commanded us." When these things were completed, the officials came to me, Ezra, and said, "The people of Israel and the priests and Levites have not separated themselves from the peoples of the lands, for they have taken some of their daughters as wives for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy race has intermingled with the peoples of the lands. Indeed, the officials and chief men have been foremost in this unfaithful act and direct violation of God's will. Therefore, let us now make a covenant with our God to send away all the foreign wives and their children, in accordance with the advice of my Lord Ezra, and of those who tremble in reverent obedience at the commandment of our God, and let it be done in accordance with the law. And now I commend you to God, placing you in his protective loving care. And I commend you to the word of his grace, the counsel and promises of his unmerited favor. His grace is able to build you up and to give you the rightful inheritance among all those who are sanctified, that is, among those who are set apart for God's purpose, all believers. Therefore, inheriting the promise depends entirely on faith, that is, confident trust in the unseen God, in order that it may be given as an act of grace, his unmerited favor and mercy, so that the promise will be legally guaranteed to all the descendants of Abraham, not only for those Jewish believers who keep the law, but also for those Gentile believers who share the same faith of Abraham, who is the spiritual father of us all. Let us rejoice and shout for joy. Let us give him glory and honor, for the marriage of the Lamb has come at last, and his bride, the redeemed, has prepared herself. She has been permitted to dress in fine linen, dazzling white and clean, for the fine linen signifies the righteous acts of the saints, the ethical conduct, personal integrity, moral courage, and godly character of believers. Then the angels said to me, "Write, blessed are those who are invited to the marriage supper of the Lamb."